Dr. Paul here. I'm about to watch a video, a news clip of my wife's surgery that was over 20 years ago. I have not seen this since that time when she had, as a last effort treatment for severe temporomandibular joint dysplasia, I mean basically she had bone on bone in her jaws, they transplanted her second toes into her jaw as the solution. I just ran into her surgeon this weekend, and he said she is one of only 2 people in the world who had both feet done at the same time, bilateral toe-to-jaw transplants. There's only one other person. She was the first. So let's play this baby. Take a look.
There's some beautiful ones up there. For the first time in years, 40-year-old Irma Thomas is enjoying life relatively pain-free. In 1983, she had Teflon joints put in to remedy severe TMJ disorder.
This little fellow is my middle son.
He
just turned 25.
And forcing her to give up her job as a trauma nurse.
He's like 2 or 3
I
there.
couldn't work. I was in so much pain I couldn't think. And so that's when I knew I couldn't work anymore. I couldn't jeopardize a patient because
Her
I
jaw's
was on
all swollen.
narcotics. I've been on narcotics since
That's as a
November.
result of
Her
all the
doctor
multiple
then suggested a
surgeries.
solution that she could hardly believe.
It sounded like the most way out, crazy thing that we could ever thought. Just all of a sudden that flicker of hope.
That was a shot of you, son.
Perhaps this would be the answer.
My videographer,
The
big
answer was on
no-no.
her own
A little
feet.
glimpse of him as a
Look
boy.
closely and you'll see that Thomas now only has
If you count
4
carefully,
toes on each foot.
There's just 4
In the
toes.
first surgery of its kind, doctors replaced her eroding jaw joints with
Huge
living toe
scar.
joints from her
I think
feet.
it was an 18-hour
Now,
surgery.
this bone right in this area is the actual toe, and the joint formed thereby replaces the temporomandibular joint.
Doctors believe this could be a
That was Dr.
lasting
Dirks. I saw him
cure
this
for
weekend.
thousands of Americans afflicted by defective Teflon jaw joints.
Everything else, metal, that we put in the past, has a failure rate. And if this works and gets in and heals, I think it markedly decreases their chance of failure.
Irma Thomas is still in the healing process, but
Still
every
working
day
to this
can
day.
open her mouth wider to remind her of what her feet used to
Oh,
look
that's
like.
cute.
Her
I remember
husband
that.
made plaster casts of her feet before surgery. But she
has
says
small
the
feet.
loss of her toes won't stop her from enjoying skiing
We're back
and
to
biking
skiing,
again with
guys.
her family.
But the thought that I'd have a chance to have brand new joints was an incredible thing. It seemed like a small sacrifice, actually, to give up the toes.
Well, you know, Jack.
So 23 years later, since I just met Dr. Eric Dirks this weekend, we're talking it's February 2018, they now have acceptable artificial joint implants that they're using, so this surgery will not be done again. It was just a one-of-a-kind. At that time, all the joints were failing, and she was in a desperate spot. So anyway, you may see clips of her at CrossFit now. This is the same woman who was incapacitated with TMJ jaw pain, multiple surgeries, and basically some really heroic work by an amazing team. Microvascular surgeon who reconnected all the blood vessels from the foot to the jaw and connected them into the bloodstream. And of course, Dr. Dirks, and an incredible team.
Does it bring back bad memories to see that time, knowing that even though Mom's happy in this video, that in the reality her recovery was probably pretty painful and grueling in general? It couldn't have been just all butterflies and roses.
It was just our journey. When you're in the middle of something hard, you buck up and you go through it, and you don't really. I think about raising 10 kids. That was rough. Post all this stuff, right? So there's a lot to it, but you know what? No bad feelings now. It's just like fascinating to think back. I mean, sometimes when I think back on what we did as a couple with everything we went through with our health challenges and then raising 10 children, 9 or 10 depending on how you count. I always tease because our last one we brought over for just to go to college. So that's why there'll be that discrepancy when I say 9 or 10. But anyway, no regrets. Enjoy the journey, and if you're in a hard part of your journey, hang in there. Be strong, be brave. This too shall pass. I'm Dr. Paul.